in any kind of physical sense. I mean, I look back in retrospect and I wonder, was that fair? But I can't even look there because we have children together, we have a life together, we have a relationship.
Wow, guys, pour your coffee, grab maybe some nachos. Yes, I said it because Christine, her new book is coming out and she just cracked open the vault. She handed us cheese nachos in a memoir. What's inside? Ugh, it's already popping out, and that's why we need to discuss this. If you have not gotten your book, I'm going to show you how to get it for free in a second, but here. We get to hear more about the infamous nacho cheese incident, which we've talked about for years, but now we have more information, and it's actually heartbreaking. That time that Kody announced to the world that he was disgusted by Christine. Today, we're going to be taking a blast from the past, basically. We're going to be looking back at the nacho cheese incident, the whole video. We're going to look at the present because I actually have a audio excerpt that was released from People Magazine, an audio excerpt from Christine's book. So you're going to hear her tell it with her own voice, which I love. But Kody's even more disgusting. He's even more infuriating. That's what we're going to go over today because this whole thing is a damn mess. Hey guys. Okay, so we have a lot to get into today. I see everyone. Let's see. Hold on. Let me pop up here. Let's do that one. There we go. Hi guys. Welcome. Welcome everyone. This is going to be a good one. I see you guys, Melinda, Darlene, Coastal Drive. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you. This is going to be interesting. Have you guys gotten your book yet? If you have not, and this is why I'm saying we should do the audio. Oh, listen, everyone to each their own. If you need to feel that physical hard copy, I get it. If you need to hold your Kindle and read it, I get it. But I am an audio girly. I want to hear this from Christine's mouth. So if you also want to, because it's available today, and you can have your free audio version right now after we get off this live, or if you want to do it right now, let me show you how to do it. There's a link that's also in the chat. It's also in the description. It's going to be pinned in the comment section. When you click it, you're going to go to a link that looks like this. And you see how it says audiobook? This is not just, someone else talking. It's Christine's own voice. She did it. It's her voiceover. So you see how it says $0 for the audiobook? If you click on my link for all of my listeners, you see that? $0 for a trial. It's a free trial. It's a 30-day trial. You can always cancel if you don't like Audible. If you want to keep it, keep it. But if you don't like Audible, cancel it after 30 days. It's about 8 hours, 8.5 hours in length. So you can definitely get that done in a 30-day period, okay? So get yours because your girl is getting hers, and we're going to be talking about it. But for now, we need to start with the betrayal. We really do. And it's very interesting. I want to go over Christine's audio excerpt, and then we're going to go into our little diatribe. As we are listening to this, I might be pausing, and if you guys have some excellent comments, we'll pause that as well. But regardless, let your thoughts be known. Are you guys ready? Because this is very interesting. Like I said, I'm not just going to be releasing her audiobook because number one, that's illegal, but there was an excerpt that was released and published by People Magazine today. So obviously Christine approved this little portion. It's about 5 or 6 minutes long and it is juicy. Okay, are you ready? So let's listen together here. Nope. There we go.
Dinner was ready usually when he arrived, but he was picky about what he ate. He liked only basic foods. It was all steak, sweet potatoes, Brussels sprouts, and spinach. I usually had to make a different meal for the kids. And then Gwendolyn was a vegetarian, so it would be 3 meals. It could get complicated, especially if he didn't tell me he was coming in advance, which happened often and was one of our biggest fights. I needed to plan, and he felt like I was trying to control him. I wanted him to feel comfortable and relaxed while he was in my home. But it's funny to think about now. We all had the same job. The 4 wives handled childcare, shopping, cooking, and housework, and we each made sure the house was comfortable for Kody when he came over. Somehow, Kody was the busiest of all of us. Then something happened that made everything that had come before, the eternal commitment, the moment he told me he loved me after our trip to Nauvoo, my identity as a wife, feel like a farce. The sister wives wrote a book together, published in 2012. For the book, Mary, Janelle, Kody, Robin, and I each talked separately to a writer, who then weaved the story of our early years together, as well as Robin's integration into the family. Talking with the writer took me straight back to my 20s, when I was young and crushing on Kody and admiring Kody and Mary as a couple. So pre-Janelle too. Kody had a different memory. Before we got married, Mary, Kody, and I had got caught in a snowstorm while driving from Salt Lake to Wyoming with a group of people for a retreat at Kody's parents' house. I loved seeing his family, and I felt like our bond as friends had grown stronger. We'd been in the car for hours after having to pull over and spend the night on the road. I was starving, and we ended up at a gas station. I ate a lot of junk food back then, and chili cheese nachos were my favorite thing.
Hold on. So that's how the juxtaposition from her talking about her early years gets into the nacho cheese incident. We're about to hear it. And it's just so interesting. Before we get into it, guys, like I said, let me just go back here. We're going to get into it. Let me come down here. So yeah, the link, if you want to hear the full audio book, I have not listened to everything yet. I just saw the excerpt before we get into it, but trust me, I'm going to start listening tonight. But what's very interesting is, and we've noticed this. Do you notice that tell-all that we're going to be looking at here in a second? And don't worry, we're going to pause it again when Christine really brings up, especially that part during the tell-all that is pretty much banished. Like, you cannot find that tell-all anywhere anymore. You have to find it, like, the video that I have is like this fuzzy version. It's not even on any of the seasons. Probably because it was so devastating. I wonder if she'll ever get into that after, like, the show is actually over. And her NDA is over. But I find that very interesting because it was brutal and it was harsh. And I wouldn't be surprised if Christine's like, that needs to go. Okay, so it's just interesting because we really haven't heard much from Christine about the nacho incident. I mean, she's joked around about it with David when he said like nacho house. What was it? I forgot what it was. Something like that. So there was a play on words there. I get it. But finally, we're hearing some of Christine's inner thoughts and her inner struggle and just how humiliating this was for her. Okay. So let's keep going.
Of this chubby girl in my car devouring chili cheese nachos for breakfast put the brakes on our relationship, Kody wrote in the book. Are you serious? I thought after reading the draft. You were disgusted with me when I ate nachos? And you weren't attracted to me? Why did you marry me? This is what you tell the world about your wife? In your 40s, when you absolutely know how hurtful it would be, or you should. In becoming sister wives.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so she's absolutely right. A man in his 40s saying this. So let's play the whole clip. We're going to play the whole clip here. A man in his 40s is saying this to the entire world.
But watching her eat a plate of nachos nearly doused Kody's growing affection for her. Kody, there was a chili nacho cheese incident that nearly derailed this courtship.
I know, he was so silly.
Did you
How
even
could
realize
that pull down any relationship, please? Me wolfing down nachos, come on.
Kody wrote, Christine was the cutest girl in the world, although she was a little chubby.
I was pretty chubby.
But does size matter to you, Kody? I mean, were you grossed out by, you said she was chubby and she was eating the nacho cheese?
I will be honest, I was not attracted to Christine in any kind of physical sense. I mean, I look back in retrospect and I wonder, was that fair? But I can't even look there because we have children together, we have a life together, we have a relationship, and we found our sweet spot.
So you were not physically
Okay, so there's a little bit more that she talks about. I'm going to kick it back. Let's listen to her again.
We found out stuff about each other that we didn't know, and it was brutal. I knew Mary and Janelle had struggled, but I didn't know the details. I felt heartbroken reading that book. McKelty read it, and she called me right after. I had no idea Dad felt that way about you, she said. She was so upset. I was too. We had been married.
Okay, hold on. So I didn't realize that the kids, of course, like, why wouldn't I think that the kids would be affected by it? They've just never talked about it. But can you imagine your mother being publicly humiliated like that for the world to see? And I find it interesting that it was McKelty that, and she has, like, I think one of the closest well, not anymore, but at one time, one of the closest relationships with her dad. Like, how absolutely as hard as it is for us to watch, can you imagine and how we feel for Christine, let alone your own children? That's gotta be devastating for your child to come to you and say, "I'm embarrassed for you." You know? Anyway, okay, let's finish this.
For about 18 years when I read the book, and I didn't know
Let me take it
too.
back a little bit.
She told me right after. I had no idea Dad felt that way about you, she said. She was so upset. I was too. We had been married for about 18 years when I read the book, and I didn't know Kody had never been attracted to me. I felt so humiliated. The whole world knew almost before I did, and now my kids knew too. On camera, in front of the sister wives, Kody said, I was not attracted to Christine in any kind of physical sense. You can see the hurt on my face, even as I initially tried to make a joke of it. You were not attracted to Christine, the host repeated back. That's an understatement, Kody replied. Janelle's face, Robin's face, horrified. I tried to smile through it, but it came out as more of a grimace. Oh, Kody. Gee, we just never know what he's going to say.
Okay, before we go on, let me go back because I want to finish this clip. Where is it? Okay, so this is the incident in question. This is what she's talking about. That's what we're doing, a blast from the past. Let's just go back.
Chubby, and she was eating the nacho cheese.
I will be honest, I was not attracted to Christine in any kind of physical sense. I mean, I look back in retrospect and I wonder, was that fair? But I can't even look there because we have children together, we have a life together, we have a relationship, and we found our sweet spot.
So you were not physically attracted to Christine?
That's an understatement.
You were grossed out by her?
I won't say that, but the nachos grossed me out enough to make me go, okay, I'm waiting.
How does it feel to hear her? That's horrible. Christine.
I mean, I don't know. Here's the thing. I didn't see where Janelle looked horrified. I mean, maybe she's laughing uncomfortably, but I didn't see Robin and Janelle looking horrified. I don't know, but obviously we didn't see hours of footage of the tape, so I'm going to take Christine's word for it. But I remember seeing this. I was like, why are they laughing along? That's what I thought initially. Anyway, okay, let's finish up with Christine here.
Why did you say you love me? Why did you propose to me? If you love me now, why would you hurt me so publicly? You can see the hurt on my face, even as I initially tried to make a joke of it. You were not attracted to Christine, the host repeated back. That's an understatement, Kody replied. Janelle's face, Robin's face, horrified. I tried to smile through it, but it came out as more of a grimace. Oh, Kody. Gee, we just never know what he's going to say. Why did you say you love me? Why did you propose to me? If you love me now, why would you hurt me so publicly? A knife to the kidneys. He played it like it was a tragedy, that he had to marry me. That wasn't the tragedy. The tragedy was that he kept me from someone who would love me. The tragedy was the narcissism of it. The belief that I wouldn't have moved on if he had laughed and said he wanted to keep me as a friend. You're really putting this in a book? Kody later said he had felt like he had to marry me because I was polygamy royalty, because of my grandfathers. Had to marry me. Why? Had to marry me because you thought it would make you look good while knowing I would be eternally married to someone who didn't love me? I was heartbroken. That new bit of knowledge didn't help our relationship. That he humiliated me also did not help. What else wasn't true? I felt as if I had been robbed of the ability to make a good life decision because he hadn't told me how he felt when he asked me to marry him.
I think that is such an excellent point that I hadn't even thought about. He is a jerk, Sam. Agreed. Something that I hadn't even thought about, guys, is the missed opportunity there and just how narcissistic Cody's ego is to not turn her down. But really, right? Right, Tracy? It is beyond messed up. And it's hearing it from Christine's perspective even makes it more tragic, right? Because here's what's crazy. Let me just put myself down here. Um, Let me put myself down here. This is not obviously, right? This is not about the nachos. This is about Cody's fragile little ego. And Christine is telling us that in her 20s, she was young and hopeful and honestly just, you know, dared to eat nachos at a gas station. And instead of laughing it off like any normal human being, Kody is there locked in that moment, traumatized. Traumatized because he saw a chubby girl eating nachos and his attraction went out the window. Has anyone else ever heard a story? Seriously, because there are some messed up people out there. Have you ever heard of any of your friends, your coworkers, your friends' friends being dumped or the attraction was lost because someone was eating food? I don't that's a new one for me. A narcissist has no actual grasp on intimacy. You know? Kody just he started his stupid demands back then. That was a red flag for Christine. And it's just about the humiliation that's just getting me. It is cruel. It's effed up, as Tracy said. It's cruel, as Kathy said. It is cruel. It's humiliating. Because Kody didn't just think, I don't know, he didn't just keep it as this awkward, yeah, it's a first impression. He published it in a damn book. A book that I didn't even think of his children are reading. It's there forever. It's there. 18 years into a marriage, he's announcing, hey, by the way, you know what? I was never attracted to you. Her eating her nachos was absolutely disgusting. Who does that? Oh, right, Kody. Kody, the man who will protect his ego and his woman. When I mean woman, I'm talking about Robin, at all costs, but toss the mother of his 6 children under the bus for money, for a storyline, for drama, to insult her. And she's going to say something here in a second that's awesome. Because touche, Christine, touche. I can't wait. I cannot wait till we get to that part. So wait for that. That's very interesting. But Christine describes the humiliation perfectly. Not only did she have to hear this and process this rejection decades later, her kids had to read it. Imagine your children calling you up and having to feel like their father threw you, their mother, under the bus. That is psychologically scarring. Because it's bad enough that she was this rejected wife, but now she became this like unwanted wife in a public way. It's beyond cruel. And can we just psychoanalyze Kody here for a second? Because let me just play. He's such a moron. Let's just watch him here. He's an absolute moron. Let's just watch him here. Let's just psychoanalyze him for a second because this is textbook narcissism. You see a narcissist loves to rewrite history. They love to maintain power For years, Christine believed that their relationship was based on faith. Thought it was based on family and love, even if it wasn't perfect. But Kody, he's like reframing this whole thing as this charity project. Look at the glee on his face here. He is smug. He feels like his status is that he can turn down polygamy royalty, that she's this pawn, that he's above her. It's not just that narcissists don't withhold love. They make sure, guys, they make sure that you know that you were never worthy of it. It's not enough to say, you know what, we weren't a match. He has to be repulsed by her. He has to be repulsed by her. You know? And poor Christine is sitting there. Her ego is completely shot. He shouldn't be this happy. Devastating. Devastating. Okay, so let's just listen to a little bit more of Christine because this is, I think you guys are going to like this. Because I did. I thought it was a mic drop moment.
Polygamy royalty because of my grandfathers. Had to marry me. Why? Had to marry me because you thought it would make you look good while knowing I would be eternally married to someone who didn't love me? I was heartbroken. That new bit of knowledge didn't help our relationship. That he humiliated me also did not help. What else wasn't true? I felt as if I had been robbed of the ability to make a good life decision because he hadn't told me how he felt when he asked me to marry him. I also believed it was unfixable. Chemistry is there, or it isn't. But because I had never had chemistry, I didn't understand how it was supposed to feel. I didn't know how it felt to be adored. He did his duty and stayed with me every fourth night. But staying the night didn't necessarily mean physical intimacy. If Kody showed up just before bed and left as soon as he got up, it could feel like punishment. It definitely didn't feel like companionship.
Wow. That was her knife in the kidneys moment. I love it. And talk about actual knife in the kidneys, right? Talk about actual knife in the kidneys. That was good. Seriously, I just felt goosebumps. I felt goosebumps during that moment. I was like, wow, Christine, that was amazing. And, you know, it was punishment. Yep. Ashley says, I agree, IQ. I used to date a guy who was a narcissist for a year, and I've been single for 7 years. So much happier now. I'm so glad that you got out of that, girl. I'm so glad that you're happy now. You're happier now than you were with him. So I get how Christine is feeling now, right? Ashley, I'm so glad that you got out. There's nothing better than just feeling free and feeling peace. Because being trapped and feeling the weight under the pressure of a unhealthy relationship is just horrific. It really is. And, like $1 million question here that we just have to go over is I know the answer is heartbreaking. I know that she didn't know any better, but the question is like, why did Christine stay? She admits here, we know she didn't understand what chemistry was. No wonder that she would look at her and David in that tenderness. Like, I feel like anyone that was giving her slack before may feel a little bit bad now. you know, she thought that marriage was only like 100% duty, not desire. She thought that love meant showing up every fourth night and maybe getting a few scraps of attention. That's how low the bar was set. And as she so eloquently stated, if you've never been adored, you don't realize that you're starving. And I think Kody knew that deep down, which is why, as you see, Kody, you're disgusting. That's there for a reason. You know? I know that this isn't just about the nachos. It's darker and it's deeper than that. It really is. And so this was something that we had done a while ago. This was the nacho cheese incident. I don't know if you guys remember, we did like a skit based on Cody's words from the book. So these are his actual words. It wasn't just so I did a combination of his words that he said during this horrific interview that's not even on Sister Wives. You can't find it anymore. And then excerpts that were in that first book, Becoming Sister Wives, to come up with a very old nacho cheese skit that just kind of reiterates how disgusting he is. So let's watch that parody because why not? And then we have some other thoughts here. So let's do that. You guys listen to this. This is an oldie but a goodie. And once again, Kody, you are absolutely disgusting. So let's play this.
Sit back, relax, and let me tell you about how any relationship can be cooled down by wolfing down a plate of nachos. It all started about 20 years ago when we set out on our road trip. I was convinced that Christine was the cutest girl in the world, although she was a little chubby. Back then, when I was young and superficial enough to care about physical appearances, man. And after we'd been on the road all night, we stopped at a gas station. I'd been drinking soda pop to stay awake, and my stomach felt sour and upset. Just thinking about the food made me queasy, man. Christine went into the Quickie Mart and bought herself what seemed like to be the largest portion of chili cheese nachos that I'd ever seen. The sight of those nachos turned my stomach. I couldn't watch her eat them. She must have been starving because she was eating so quickly and there was chili cheese sauce and nacho cheese everywhere. Looking back, I hate myself for the thoughts I had at that moment. But the sight of this chubby girl in my car devouring chili cheese nachos for breakfast put the brakes on our relationship. It brought out the most superficial and shallowest side of me. I still liked her. In fact, I liked her very much. But that nacho chili cheese experience cooled my attraction a little bit. Well, a lot, man. I'll be honest. I was not attracted to Christine in any kind of physical sense. I mean, I look back in retrospect and I wonder if that was fair. It's an understatement that I was not physically attracted to Christine. The nachos grossed me out enough to make me go, okay, I'm waiting to marry this one.
Probably my favorite part is this right here. You're going to have 6 children with a woman that you had no attraction to in any kind of physical sense. Get the hell out of here, Kody. You are a joke and you're disgusting. I can't with this man. Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat. Now that you, for all of my hardcover book girlies and guys, for all of my Kindle girls and gals, what did you think about this audio book portion? Because I just feel like it's different hearing it from Christine. If you are going to be listening to the book, put a 1 in the chat, put a 2 in the chat if you're going to read it like physical hard copy Kindle. I want to know if there's 1s or 2s. 1 is audiobook. I'm going to put 1. 2 is, a physical or, an e-Kindle or ebook or something like that. Oh wait, did I just do? I just did 2. My bad. I didn't follow my own instructions. My bad. There's only 1 2 right now, and it's me. Okay, so pretty much everyone is going to be doing the audiobook. See, I wish I could delete my 2. Whoa, there's like pretty much all ones. Kitty is like the only 2. Okay. Okay, well, if you have not gotten your audiobook, like I said, I'm gonna put it's all over. It's all over here. There's a link in the description. When you click on the link, if you do, because I think I love it. I can't go back now. I have to listen to it. Plus, I can do like other things. So like I said, when you click on the link, it's going to take you to her audiobook right here on Audible. You'll have a 30-day free trial right there. It'll say $0 and it will say 0. Enjoy this trial for free. $0 for all of my listeners here. And I do get a kickback for this, so I do want to let you guys know. But yes, so that is but you guys get it for free for 30 days. So I love it. I love it. I'm going to be using that. So here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. A key takeaway here. Christine, this whole story, it's not just about the nachos. She's talking about how humiliating this was, how much Kody gaslit her, how she's now reclaiming her worth. You know, she's redefined herself as this woman who's walked away from this loveless marriage and found a very much in love a man that's in love with her. She found real love with David. And she stopped shrinking herself for a man that was never, ever, ever going to see her. So I love how she turned the knife in the kidneys into her own female anthem. I'm all about it. I love it. You know, we're going to be talking about this more. So, guys, next time that you're eating some nachos, pour one out or flip one out on the floor for Christine. Do it with pride. Do it with some extra cheese for our girl. Get the audiobook to support our girl. And remember, Kody may have tried to reduce her to this punchline to humiliate her on TV. But the real joke is he lost all of the best wives that he ever had. And he's stuck with the other one. So honestly, that's not tragedy. That is called poetic justice. That is what I think. Melinda said, imagine how saturated she was with her life and how much courage it took for her to leave. Yeah, it took a lot of courage for her to leave, didn't it? Didn't it? It really did. Okay, Vanessa said, I enjoy having both audio and physical versions. I like listening as I read, but I did not do the book for this one. Yeah, it's just hearing Christine's voice is like, it's so, I love it. So anyway, you guys, you know that there's interviews that are going to be coming out with Christine. There's going to be more things to discuss. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to dissect even before the season starts. I mean, my goodness, this is good stuff. So have you guys caught up on all my other videos yet? If not, there is going to be a playlist in the description because there's a lot to catch up on, guys. We're talking about stuff off the show, on the show. You got to get caught up. With that being said, thank you, Kathy. I missed you guys too, but we are back, guys. We're back again. And let's see. I'm trying to think. There's not anything that is 100% appropriate for today because you know tradition. We're trying to do something that is kind of similar to what was relevant today. What the hell? What the hell would that even be? I guess just I guess let's see here. I mean, this is always we haven't done this in forever. Is that gonna pull up? I think it's gonna take a while. Hold on. Is it pulling up? That's the one we're gonna do. Hold on, guys. We haven't done this one in forever. Let me know. I feel like we were going to be doing a part 2 on this one, by the way. So for everyone that missed this and are watching on the replay, put in the comment section, because sometimes you're not going to make it on the live. Okay, that makes sense. So just put it in the comment section, and especially the ones that are thumbed up the most, we will address in the next one, right? Okay, so let me see if I could do this. Here we go. That is quick look. Okay, so that should work now. All right, guys, let's see. We haven't done this one in forever. That should work.
Cannot figure out
right,
why
guys,
I'm
see
so
you
angry
later.
in plural marriage than men do. And I've seen men leave plural marriage feeling like, 5, 6 wives, never feeling like they had been loved. Plural marriage isn't all beer and Skittles.
Beer and Skittles, 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 Skittles. Beer and Skittles, 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 Skittles. Beer and Skittles, 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 Skittles. Beer and Skittles, 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 Skittles.
Not for men.
Not for men. Not for men. Not for men. Not for men. Not for men. Not for men.
I mean, there's a different burden that I don't want to sit here and mansplain to you. It's just obvious that it's difficult. You're going to share your husband? Why would you do that? Kody favors Robin. I don't even like her. He never signed a paper. We never agreed. We never went to our church leaders and said, hey, we're divorced.
Kody and I are divorced.
Would they even allow us a divorce? I'm leaving, so we're divorced. Wait a second, you can't do this to me. That's not even a cool statement. She's running to this person, to this person, to this person, to this person. I just call bull. Screw it. I am really upset by this. Wait a second, you can't do this to me. That's not even a cool statement.
For men.
Kody favors Robin. Kody favors Robin. Kody favors Robin.
Beer and Skittles, 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 Skittles. Beer and Skittles, 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 Skittles. Beer and Skittles, 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 Skittles. Beer and Skittles, 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 Skittles.
Not for men.
Not for men. Not for men. Not for men. Not for men. Not for men. Not for men.
Kody favors Robin. I don't even like her. I am really upset by this. Plural marriage isn't all beer and Skittles.